Yo, midges are out, hoods up, absolutely getting eaten alive, but it's been months since I made a video. So let's do a video, let's talk about our Delica L300. What made me buy one of the most random 4x4 campers you can possibly get yourself in the UK? The older I get, the more I realise what I really like driving is quirky vehicles. I've got a 1972 Beetle, I've got a 1978 Honda CX500. I like old stuff. So I picked this up from a couple that live literally just a mile away from me in a place called Ellen. I live in Dunoon, and we were having a little bit of a car buying spree, and this popped up and it was just so random. You know, when you have that conversation with your partner and you're like, hey baby, it's an investment. It's not an investment. You're just a child. You're just a man-child that wants another toy, and you're gonna go out and you're gonna convince yourself you wanna buy it, even if it's rusted to bits and the paint's broken and the windows don't work, you're gonna buy it. It isn't an investment. I think as car guys, we're always looking for something a little bit different. I've been fortunate enough that I can try different vehicles, and as much as I love my Defenders, look at this thing. Some of my favorite parts on this car are things like these side windows. So you've got this tiny little one here that what that means is you can look down at your bumper when you're parking up and you can make sure you don't hit anything. But I just love how utilitarian that is. Isn't that amazing? This thing is a 2.5 litre diesel. It absolutely guzzles fuel. Probably the most fuel non-economic vehicle I have. However, 4-speed automatic. The interior looks like something off a set of a 1970s Star Wars film. Came with a tape player to start with, and that ended up going. I loved it, but completely impractical. Now we've got a doubled-in head unit in there. We can play Spotify, we can look at our maps, we can do everything else that we need to. So other than that, let's have a look. Let me show you the cockpit. So, check this out. One thing about these cars is, look at that driving position. So there you are, there's the front of the vehicle. The engine on an L300 sits right between and under the front seats. Really rubbish place to get to if you're working on it. But what it means is when you're driving, you kind of feel a bit like you're in the army. You feel like you're on an adventure in this thing. You're hanging over the front. In terms of safety, absolutely horrendous. Let's face it, if I crash into something in the front of that, I'm basically strapped to the front of the vehicle. Anyway, I forgot I was actually going to show the interior until I got overexcited about this vehicle yet again. So, steering wheel straight out of the 90s. Gauges straight out of the 90s. Let's see if I can punch up my ISO a bit. There we go. Now you can see. So we have our automatic gear lever, and then we've got our high and low selector for four-wheel drive as well. We've got a glove box, which I broke the other day. We've got a few gauges up here that will show us like our, it's our temperature there. What else have we got there? We've got an altimeter and a level gauge as well. So that's kind of cool. Yes, that's my number plate because my dog was playing fetch in the front garden and he ran headfirst into the number plate. So I've still got to put the number plate back on the vehicle. Check these wheels out. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? I searched long and hard on eBay, and these were literally the only alloys that I could find that meant I could have a sliding door on here, but still get a little bit of an offset on those tyres, which just gives it a slightly nicer stance in my opinion. Internally on the back end, you've got a good amount of space if there's probably you and your dog. But I would say that's kind of about it. Me and my girlfriend have been away camping in this. If you really want a spoon, you can get 2 people down here, but what we ended up doing, 1 in the roof and 1 down here, and then we were happy camping just like that in our little bunk beds. Back of the vehicle as well, you've got a little sink with a pump on it, storage under here, you've got a leisure battery down here, you've got a Webasto heater under the seats as well, that hasn't been serviced, and there's a solar panel on top. So far I've taken this away on 3 camping trips and it has been absolutely faultless, and it's such a joy to drive. People wave at you, smile at you, because you don't get anything like it on the road these days. I love VWs, I like VW T5s, T6s, but you're a dime a dozen. Be different, get a Delica.